hanging with them is they basically like I was still living the same type of lifestyle until I actually got in trouble inside of prison and was sent to the Hole to solitary confinement, and they had me in the segregation unit in a single cell for like I was in there for like 3 years by myself. So
3 years.
3 years. So just being in that cell alone, you had nothing but time to think. You didn't have a TV, a radio, nothing. All you had was just books.
When did you start reading?
I actually started reading about just different religions, about Herbert W. Armstrong, different psychology books about W.E.B. Du Bois, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, things of that nature. So,
what'd you take from it?
That I was better than what I was selling for in life. That I basically was selling for my new life. When God didn't create me to settle for that.
So you're reading, you're realizing that you're better than you thought you were. You were an associate of some gangs going in. So what happens? What decision do you make? And at what point was that where you said, not only am I better, but I have something to offer other people?
Well, just being like raised in Newark on a mother, with a mother on welfare. It's 7 of us.
Where was your dad?
My dad was around, but he wasn't around. He was there, but he wasn't there. He was always there for me to call on him, but he wasn't in the same household as us. And he lived in a different state. So just hanging with the different friends, like the associates, and most of them, I would have 15 years. Most of them had like 75 years. Some
75-year sentence.
100. Some had 150 years. Some had
obviously for first-degree murder.
First degree and other things. So I just realized that wasn't. I mean, God gave me an opportunity to walk out of here. So I knew I had. I prayed when I first got sentenced. I said, God, if you allow me the opportunity to walk out of here, I promise you I won't walk out as the same person I walked in as. And
so when you walk out, you decide you're going to do what for other people? Because you made a huge transition.
I was going to reach back because I realized like just being an advocate counselor now.
And describe that. An advocate counselor where?
I'm a youth advocate counselor at the Urban League of Essex County.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks to my director Banks for giving me the opportunity, and Mr. Thomas and Mr. Kareem and Ms. Frazier.
Have you had a few mentors?
I actually had a lot of mentors.
People looked out for you, cared for you?
Looked out for me.
Good, I'm sorry.
I mean, it's just, people wanting to reach back and not just knowing how our generation is hurting. Our generation is like the crime rate is not high because people was born to be murderers. People was born wanting to join gangs, but they're outside. I mean, Tupac Shakur once said, and I quote that, we don't shed tears, we shed blood. And our generation, the younger people are not, they're hurting, but they're not shedding tears to emphasize their hurt. They're out there shedding blood.
Do they even know there's another option?
A lot of them don't.
Do they think the only option is a gang?
Some of them do. Some of them do.
What do you say?
That there's other options. That even though some people that are involved in the gang, it's a lot of people that's out there that are involved in the gang that's making a difference in the community. So it's like that when you're involved in the gang, that doesn't mean that you cut off from life. Like there's still room to grow. If there's always a tomorrow, there's always hope. And I like to tell my clients at my job that if you're prepared today, then you'll own your tomorrow. So while I was incarcerated, I realized that what I wanted in life wasn't what I was settling for. So I began to prepare myself. I actually dropped out of school in the 6th grade. So I couldn't read or write. But I taught myself while incarcerated how to read and write. And I ended up graduating as a salutatorian. So I started, and I said, you know what? And I started talking to other young people about my aspirations and goals in life, and it was inspired. So I said, let me write a book.
You know, it's interesting because you got this book, because some of this at Harbor House, which is one of the community education facilities. And that had a big part of this too, right?
Yeah.
But the book, you're going to publish this book?
I'm in the works now trying to get it published.
You're going to publish it?
Yeah.
And it's so interesting to me. I'm trying to imagine what it's like. Curtis, when you are talking to younger, I imagine they're younger. How old are you right now?
I'm 33.
Younger men than you even teenagers as well.
Yeah.
And they hear your story,